Hello! Here we have this young woman conditioning herself to take blows, ensuring her spirit does not waver under the duress of bodily harm. This is pretty common in most martial arts, but there is a line when doing this, especially when it comes to the chin. I have made it pretty clear in previous segments that you cannot train the chin, your arachnoid membrane, to get thicker by getting punched in the dome. Instead, you'll just cause it to tear needlessly, which leaves it more prone to a destabilized chemical balance in your skull the next time you get hit. You train your chin by strengthening the muscles which support your head innately, learning how to minimize shock to the brain by absorbing the trauma well, or by learning how to roll with the shot effectively. The rest is genetic aptitude. That said, it's obvious to see why this should never be done. This is absolutely absurd. Getting clipped in sparring happens, even in light sparring, when two people start getting fired up. But when training, there should be a mutual consensus, and it should always be earned, never given. Like this. There are physics to this reality, and there are plenty of fighters who went into a bout already paying a heavy tax beforehand. Forrest Griffin is a perfect example of this, getting concussed out twice before he even entered the arena with Anderson Silva. Because of Forrest's ruthless regimen, mere fadeaway touches from the legend had him hit the canvas. This is the reason why Cerrone's had to cut back on hard sparring, why El Kukui hasn't sparred in 6 years, why many high-level fighters choose to only go light, to simply train technique, or refrain from it altogether because people try to make a name off of them. John Jones had this problem. These people would not be able to take the punishment they have taken in the arena if they allowed what this woman is allowing here. Some people are simply better primed for consistent hard sparring. Darren Till is a perfect example of this. A very rare chin. And there are definite mental advantages to this type of training, but if it is done too frequently, not everyone has an elusive enough style or a strong enough chin to get battered over and over again and still be effective when their time comes. Taking free shots to the face is a never, but the intensity of your sparring is dependent on the individual and their capacity to manage it. It is an individual formula. Physically, some people are better at doing it and should stylistically. Others, they'll needlessly lose their mental bank account, slurring before their talent had a chance to shine. It's an art of knowing yourself really, with champions and world-class athletes from both sides of the scale. But this brings us to another question. Many wonder how they are able to take a shot without blinking or turning away if they aren't used to getting hit in the face in the first place. One thing I was taught was to simply get slapped by someone you trust, and your goal is to not look away or blink. Short fingertip slaps, which should hurt, maybe even leave a mark, but not rotate the skull, because again, you never want to needlessly take trauma to the brain. Eventually, if you keep doing this, you will get to a point where you don't flinch. I learned another technique from Shane from Fight Tips, where you hit the speed bag, then move your face into it, trying not to blink or look away. I thought this was really brilliant. There are safer ways in building your cool when you get clipped, but again, what this woman is doing is just not it. I can feel her IQ dropping as this progresses, and it will only be a matter of time before she realizes she cannot keep showing up to her training because her simple daily tasks have become increasingly difficult. If you like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did, it really does help the channel. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.